Hey everybody, welcome to Average Guy Opinions. I'm your average guy, John Corelli. I am here to talk about a promotion I just got. Pretty excited about it. I mean, 56, how excited can you get really about anything unless you win the lottery? I don't know. But this is kind of a big deal for me. So as many of you know, if you've listened and listened to and watched my videos, I am a school teacher. I'm a paraprofessional. I work with special needs kids in a high-risk school here in Wheat Ridge. And I've been working with special needs kids for about 9 years now, but this is the first time I've worked with special needs kids who, by and large, could not go to a public school. Just this past week, last day of school was Friday. One of our kids will be moving back to his old school, his old public school, which is a victory for us. When you get out of my school, if you go back to a public school or to a new public school, that is a victory. And so we're very happy to have this kid move along. It was a weird week at school, somewhat. The seniors were gone. They had all week off. It was a very casual week. Some learning was attempted, but generally we're just cleaning up, letting the kids take it easy. Thursday, I got a nice kidney punch from a kid, so that was nice. Kid was just acting up, and he wasn't even one of my kids. He was just an elementary school kid, and I just asked him to move along the hallway to stay safe, to stay out of a situation, and immediately he's like, "Shut the fuck up!" And I just thought, "Hey, just move that way," and he just started swinging. Got me a good one in the kidney. It's an interesting place where I work. But what I'm really excited about and what I really want to come to talk about is not so much the week that happened, the last week and the last year, but my promotion. I will become the new art teacher at my school. I do have to do a thing that's called ALP. It's an alternative licensure program. I'll go back to school for the first time in 30 years to work on that. The state, probably the country, and even the world, honestly, is desperate for teachers. Because we're not treated very well. So, but yeah, so I will be working in the art room. I will be co-teaching with a couple other teachers. We're changing the program, so it's going to be more of a project-based curriculum rather than just like, I mean, we had some of that in the school this year, but we also did typical artwork. It'll be an interesting thing, and I'm going to be working with the gym teacher who does a lot of woodworking stuff. I'm going to be working with the science teacher who does a lot of technological stuff. And I get a fellow paraprofessional who is moving from the elementary school or the elementary room, one of the elementary rooms, to my room. And she's great. She's a mother of one of my kid's best friends. She's also the mother of a trans child. It's been great because it's just funny how life works. So I got to know this person. We started talking, throughout the school year, and then come to find out we each have a trans child. Mine, of course, is Logan, who is going male to female. Hers is going female to male. And so we've had a couple of family meetings where she and her husband and her kids show up, and her other child has Down syndrome, I believe. And so we each have a trans child and a special needs child. So it's a really interesting dynamic, and it makes us, I think, very good para-educators for the kids we work with because we're sympathetic to all kinds of kids and all kinds of issues. But yeah, so she's moving she will be the para in the art room. I'll be the lead teacher, and then we're going to have a lot of help, and it's going to be an interesting year. They're completely changing the art room. I am getting a significant raise to be a paraprofessional versus a teacher. I mean, to be a teacher versus a paraprofessional. So that's a big deal. And hopefully most of my education should be paid for, as I'll be going to school while I'm teaching. It's a challenge. It's going to be a hell of a challenge. At 56, I don't have energy like I did when I was 26. So I'll just go in, do my best. It's a weekly class, but it's worth a lot of credits. I think it's worth 10 to 15 credits. So there is a lot of work involved, but I'm no stranger to it. 30 years ago, I worked full time. 30 to 35 years ago, I got 5 years of schooling done in 7 years of time, because when you're working full time and you're in your early 20s and you're partying and you're studying and you're doing all that stuff, it takes a little extra time to get a full 4-year, 5-year degree, which I got a 4-year degree. I got my bachelor's in history with a minor in political science. And I was going to get my secondary ed teaching license, but I failed. I got, I don't know how short I was. I think I was only like a semester short, but I just couldn't do the work anymore. I was just burned out on school. I had met my ex-wife. We were starting our thing, and I was just like, no, I just got to get my piece of paper, get my 4-year, get my bachelor's, and get out. And I haven't returned since. That was December of 1993, so it's literally been 30 and a half years. So, but I'm excited, but with a little trepidation, right? I don't want to fail. My principal, when she offered me the job, and I love doing what I do now. We just got a $2 an hour across the board raise, paraprofessionals, which is for me pretty significant. It's about a 10% raise. I go basically from $21 to $23, which is, in my school, is not extremely well paid, but it's, you know, it's a good bump. You know, it's a couple $100s a month, which is helpful. So it was really hard. It's going to be hard for me to leave the room I'm in, because I love my lead teacher. I love my other paraeducator in there. I love working with the kids. I'm in with the high school kids like I've been doing the previous 3 years. For the last 4 years, I've been working with high schoolers and middle schoolers, and now I'll be working with everybody, which is great too. But this was not an easy decision, and the woman that like I said, that we have all these things in common, including the way we like to teach children, is there, and she's pretty much the reason I went with that, because I was really 50-50. And then like on Friday, she said, do you know I'm going to be the para in there? I was like, no. And I said, okay, you may have made that decision a lot easier. So I'm looking forward to working with her, to getting a raise, a significant raise, and to going back to school. Should be interesting. I guess I got 3 minutes left, and I really can't pontificate too much. I mean, I could talk about the school year in general, but I'll just tell you one more thing. This is has nothing to do with school, but it was kind of funny. This happened yesterday. So I have for the last, pretty much since I got divorced, when I was short on money. Well, no, for the last 9 years since I've been working school jobs. But you know, I've struggled, but I've never been in horrible debt or anything. But it's always been, you know, I've always could use the money. So, you know, I've been doing summer work for a lot of people, mowing lawns, pulling weeds, you know, often for older people who just can't do it anymore. And I try to charge a reasonable price, but it also brings me money, so it's a win-win. And so yesterday, I went and visited this person who had hit me up. I put a little advertisement on Nextdoor and said, hey, if you need me, shoot me a text. And she did, she shot me a text. It's funny, I'm rubbing my nose, and you'll know in a second why I find that funny. So, you know, she says I could use your services, and she's not too far from my dad's assisted living, and I visit him every Saturday, so it's convenient. I went to my dad, went to her, and I show up at the scheduled time, 10:30, and there's thumping music coming out of this house, just bumping, thumping. I'm like, all right. And so I knock twice, I ring the doorbell twice, I text, and I'm just waiting. And then finally I call, and she's like, yeah. And I go, oh, great, this is a good sign. I go, yeah, it's John, I'm here to mow the lawn. She's like, click. Comes down like 20 seconds later, perfectly kind person. Hot, very nice looking lady. And why is she hot? Because she's an entertainer. I think I know the industry she's in. And she was great, and her friend was great. It was a guy. And, you know, none of this is frankly my business, except they let me into the house and just started talking to me. It was funny. It was something out of a movie. He's got Coke on his nose and his upper lip. And he's probably been up all night. He's got sunglasses on. He's just, hey man. And he was really cool guy and nice, but he was coked out of his gourd. And so we just had a nice, way too long conversation about how I should mow the lawn, which was like mowing the lawn. So, but yeah, so one of my jobs this summer is to mow a stripper's lawn. And I just want to say that, as far as I know, that's not a euphemism. But yeah, every other week I'll be mowing this woman's lawn. I may have to ask her if I can pay her a visit at her place of business. Because why not? Why not have that discomfort? Not that it's uncomfortable for her. It's probably more uncomfortable for me, honestly. She does that for a living. You know, we'll just see. And yeah, I'm not doing this for effect. I really do have an itchy nose. I've been fighting a cold all week too. But yeah, that was fun yesterday to be introduced to this woman, her friend, and her cute little dog. And there, that brings me up to 10 minutes. It's been an interesting weekend. It's been an eventful weekend, and hopefully I will be successful in my new position at my school. All right, you guys, have a great day, night, whatever you're having, and have a great upcoming week. Happy Memorial Day, and that's about it. Talk to you soon. Bye.